It was late afternoon. The sun was descending, its light soft and golden, touching everything as if saying goodbye. Buddha was lying down under the shade of a great sal tree. His body was frail, but his presence vast, as if the entire forest was breathing through him. Disciples sat around him in silence. The air was still, and only the sound of wind through leaves moved like a slow prayer. From the crowd, a woman came forward. She bowed, touched the earth, and sat near his feet. Her eyes were full of longing, not worldly longing, but that deep ache which appears when all certainties collapse. "Master," she said softly, "for many nights I cannot sleep. My husband has died. My children have gone their own ways. Sometimes when I sit alone, I ask myself, what is this all for? And when I too die, where will I go? Will I ever meet them again?" Buddha turned his face slightly toward her. The evening light touched his skin like a golden veil. He did not answer. He simply looked, not at her body, not at her sorrow, but through her, into that space where the question was born. Minutes passed. The woman waited, her heart trembling between fear and hope. Then Buddha spoke, slowly, each word falling like a drop of clear water. "You ask where you will go after death," he said. "But have you seen where you are now?" The woman looked puzzled. "I am here before you." He smiled. "Are you sure? The one who was here yesterday, where is she now? The thoughts that worried you last night, where are they now? The breath that carried you here, has it not already vanished? You live in a continuous disappearing, yet you ask what will happen at the end." He paused. The woman's eyes widened. Something stirred in her heart. He continued, "Life and death are not two. They are one movement, like the inhale and the exhale. If you watch carefully, you die every moment. Each thought is born and dies. Each feeling arises and fades. In every breath, a small death happens, and yet you remain." She whispered, "Then who remains?" Buddha said, "That which watches, that which has never been born, that which does not come or go." The woman's tears began to fall. "But my husband," she said, "the one I loved so much, where is he now? Why not meet him again?" Buddha looked toward the sky. A flock of birds was crossing the horizon, their wings gliding effortlessly through the gold of the setting sun. He said, "When a bird flies across the sky, does the sky hold its shape after it is gone? The sky remains, but the form of the bird dissolves. In the same way, your husband was a form, a beautiful, temporary wave in the vast ocean of being. The wave has subsided, but the ocean is still here. You are that ocean." The woman sat motionless. Her mind wanted to cling, but something deeper had begun to melt. Buddha continued, "You think love ends with death, but what you called love was often attachment, the desire to possess, to hold, to continue. True love has no object. It is like fragrance. It remains even when the flower is gone. If your love was pure, it is already eternal. It has nowhere to go." The woman closed her eyes. Tears rolled silently, not from pain, but from release. After a long pause, she said, "Master, I feel both empty and full at once. It frightens me." Buddha smiled faintly. "That is how truth enters, first as fear, then as freedom. The mind trembles when its boundaries begin to break. But what dies is not you. It is only the shadow you called I. When that shadow fades, you will see that death has never touched you." The woman whispered, "Then why do we fear death so much?" Buddha said, "Because you have never lived. If you live fully, death is a completion, not an end. You fear it because you have postponed life. You have loved with conditions. You have lived with expectations. You have looked outward for permanence in a world that is constantly vanishing. See this moment, this silence, this breath, this awareness. It is the only eternity there is. He closed his eyes again, and for a while, there was only the sound of the wind. The woman felt as if the whole forest was breathing with him. Each leaf, each bird, each grain of dust alive with awareness. Then she bowed and whispered, "I came asking where I will go after death. Now I see there is nowhere to go." Buddha opened his eyes and said softly, "When the wave knows it is the ocean, the question of journey disappears. There is no going, no coming, only being silent, eternal, infinite." The woman left quietly. She no longer carried her grief as weight. The forest looked the same, yet everything had changed because the one who was looking had dissolved. And Buddha lay still, eyes half closed, his breathing gentle like a whisper of eternity, a being who had already gone beyond both life and death.